We're starting to get some real info now on Ashes of Creation. Verbal NDA at least was released, so everybody came out of the woodwork and they're just spilling information and all that stuff. And the main thing that really concerned me about Ashes of Creation was the combat. Like, because I was already starting to look at some of the footage. It was showing clearly that the combat was still like an old school tab targeted, you know, buttons 1 through 0 in your hotbar type of game, you know, like it's old school looking. So it concerned me because when I was playing Black Desert Online, you know, I got so used to that action, fast-paced combat that it kind of scared me a little bit, and it made me feel like maybe this is gonna suck. But they kind of eased my tension with all that stuff. I feel like it's still gonna be pretty actiony, and the main reason is because they got the same thing that Guild Wars 2 has, where you can unlock your mouse and you can basically you can do like this and you can click on the things in your bar if you want to do that, or you can actually lock your mouse and then turn it into almost like Black Desert Online where you aim. So I'm assuming that the combat is going to be very similar to Guild Wars 2. And that's what it's kind of looking like from the gameplay that I've seen so far. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's gonna be okay, you know. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna beat Black Desert Online, that's for sure. But oh well, it is what it is. So far, you know, with Ashes of Creation, I'm just keeping my mind open with that game, and the main reason why is because they did mention a lot of really cool aspects to it. They're doing basically almost. It's basically like Guild Wars 2, but like a slightly different version of it because of the way that they're treating their node system, and they're supposed to be adding it so that like basically the cities are built up through player interaction, which kind of worries me though, and they haven't really talked a whole lot about that, you know. So I don't know how it's gonna be implemented, you know, when it actually is released, because like it could create a lot of problems, and especially like putting the control in players' hands with certain aspects of the game can be a problem, mainly because of like things like griefing or even missing out on a lot of content that you could have lost on because you didn't play enough, you know what I mean? Because basically with the way the node system is talked about with Ashes of Creation, which of course this is all alpha and this is all things that could be changed, has plenty of time for them to work on the combat and all these aspects, so that's the good thing. But the thing that kind of worries me with the nodes is that I feel like if I didn't play the game, you know, from the very beginning, I could probably miss out on a lot of stuff, which, you know, it also opens the door of like, oh man, you know, you can land up finding content that you've never seen before, even though you've been playing the game for 6 months. You know what I mean? So that could be cool too. But it also opens up the other door of like, what am I missing out on? You know, and especially when you really look at the achievement systems, like let's say in Guild Wars 2, we got, you know, awesome achievements to unlock, because it's basically like the whole world is just opens up between actually exploring certain areas to also collecting certain things or doing certain quests, you know. So I really love the achievement hunting in Guild Wars 2. So I'm really hoping that Ashes of Creation also has this kind of aspect, because for me, I'm sick of the whole gear grinding already, which I already know Ashes is going to go down in that direction. And that's part of the reason why I started playing Guild Wars 2 again. It's because in Black Desert Online, the game is really focused on gear, and PvP just is ruined by gear. It makes me wonder if Ashes is going to be doing the same thing, which I'm pretty certain that it's going to, and that's the thing that's going to kind of suck about it, but it is what it is with that. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that play MMOs and are okay with this, and are okay with the extreme grind, and are okay with like living in the game 24/7, you know. But for more casual people, like I consider myself casual, honestly, because I probably play for at the most maybe 4 to 5 hours a day of my MMOs, and even that is really pushing it. Because, you know, not everybody has that kind of time. So to be dedicating so much time to trying to upgrade gear is just like, it's crazy sometimes. So we'll see how Ashes handles that, and I'm really hopeful that the game is going to be awesome. The main thing that I'm really taking back here is, especially since, you know, Steven mentioned where he just kind of came out on Amazon saying that Amazon is a bunch of assholes because of adding in the cash shop thing. But you have to think about the two different pay models here. Ashes of Creation is trying to be a monthly subscription game, whereas Amazon is trying to go as a buy the box kind of game, similar to Guild Wars 2 was, which Guild Wars 2 now is just free to play. With Amazon, they're trying to put the cash shop in, that way they can be able to make money off of the game as they continue to update and all that stuff, which it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they do with it. I know that is, as long as they add in the normal typical convenience quote unquote stuff, then it should be okay. It could end up being really bad depending on how they implement it, because especially when you talk about XP boosters in the start of the game, it makes you wonder on whether or not they're just gonna tone back the level XP just so they could be able to sell it to you, you know what I mean? So I really like that Ashes is going to be going into the more subscription based. That way you can just get everything that the game has to offer without having to worry about the cash shop so much. And I'm sure Ashes is going to have a cash shop. They're probably going to have cosmetics and stuff. Like every game does it now. And if they don't, then wow, that would be like a shocker, honestly. But anyway, that's my whole thing on Ashes. I'm just hopeful for the future. I'm really hoping that it's going to be an awesome game. But anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And I will see you guys on the next one. Later.